One of the many things that we find is that people often want to track who's making the copies. And we did a poll at our last meeting, and about 60% of our member organizations have different codes. So before you come to the copier, you have to punch in your code so you know who's making copies. We find that on average, it reduces the number of copies your machine makes by about 30% when you require somebody to log in and punch a code before they make copies. And helping customers understand, or your users of your facility understand, that color copies are 10 times as expensive as black and white. And showing that per page cost. Sometimes you can have it on display or just a quick note. Did you know it costs 10 times as much? May help you reduce your copier costs. So, church bulletins, something we do all the time, and it's nice to have your copy machine do the staples for you. But did you know you get the staples included in your price? So when you think about copiers as a school, you're probably thinking, how do I get the most for the money? And you want a reliable machine. Especially in your teacher lounges, it's really important to get something that can be sturdy. Because as you have so many different users, probably 150 teachers or more, that are constantly opening and closing, getting different tests, giving worksheets, constantly doing things, you want a sturdy, reliable machine. This is a 55 page per minute, pretty good machine, pretty hefty, it'll work for most of your purposes. When you think you have 10 teachers lined up here to make tests, 2 machines, many organizations have 2 different machines. Why not get one 95 page per minute, super fast, super reliable, 99% uptime. We find the schools that end up going with the more expensive machine, the more expensive equipment up front, end up finding a much higher teacher user satisfaction from the copiers. The legal stuff that you hate reviewing at the end of the time, you have a great machine, the vendor sold you something that's really good for you, but what are the details you're signing off on? Make sure you have a CPA attorney review that with you. And one of the key things we do with our copiers and all of our invoices is no late fees, no finance charges. Of course, it's hard to pay all your bills within net 15 or net 30. We try to get net 60 on most of our contracts. We have lots more tips, but most importantly, next time you're making a decision about a copiers, take a look at our pre-negotiated terms and conditions. That's probably where you're going to save the most.